Alrighty. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. You are tuned into Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. The name is Kathya. And today is my 1 year anniversary hosting Sports Talk, and I'm so excited. I share a little bit later about my journey, but of course, we're just here to talk about sports and more sports. If you're interested in that, you can stay. And if you'd like to send your greetings, you can feel free to do so on WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. Or you can send me a message if you'd like to see me or see what's happening. Then you can do that by joining us on Facebook and or on YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. We are live there also. And of course, you can also listen to Sports Talk as a podcast, and you can download or Love 101 FM Jamaica app, and that can be found in the Apple Play Store or the Google App Store or the Google Play Store. Yes, so excited. Today is September 28th. Yes, 2024. And I'm so excited to be here. Of course, we have lots of sports to talk about. We have, I guess I would call it a introduction of a new segment that I will introduce to the show. Maybe you'll hear it shortly. But as I said, I'm so happy to be here and so blessed to be here and definitely very grateful today. Don't worry. At this the anniversary part of the show will only be like 2 minutes, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, so just want to share, or I just want to say thank you to the staff and the powers that be, that when last year we were losing at the time the host of the show, Daniel, a very, very good friend of mine, Daniel, was leaving. And so I was asked if I wanted to take over as Sports Talk host. Obviously, I haven't done anything like hosting sports before, but as a young girl, I followed sports literally all my life. And if you know me, and if you've seen me, you know that I am at most track meets as work permits and at most football games as my 9 to 5 permits. But sport is something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I do in my spare time, in my every time. And so it was an honor when I was asked to host a show. So again, this is now year 1 completed, and there's so many plans in place in terms of what we want to envision for the show, do for the show. And I'm just excited to be able, while Raquel mashes up the studio and I'm in here. Thanks. Right. But yes, it has really been an honor to be able to host this show. I've had quite a few interviews. I've met some persons. Sports Talk has definitely opened some sporting doors for me. Being invited to different events, being able to cover a few events as well. So it has been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm really just looking forward as Raquel figures out what she's gonna do with. Yeah, I think it was broken before. Right, you can just leave it there. Cool. Yeah. Right. So as I said, today is my 1 year anniversary hosting Sports Talk. And as I go through this, as we enter into this, I guess, year and going on, you will see sports talk enter into just a few other things that will be added and subtracted and all of those things. It's gonna be a fun time, and I'm asking you to stick along for the journey as we make our way into sports, not only just, known for making the station known for gospel music and for solid word, but also for sports. Because, yeah, at the end of the day, we know Christians watch sports. They are interested in what happens in the sporting world. And that's why Sports Talk is here to keep you updated on all the happenings. So, yeah. So, of course, we do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. And it's just fantastic. So, stick and stay. Wonderful show coming up. All right. So, I mean, obviously, I'm going to find a music or theme song for this feature, or I wouldn't call it feature, but by Raquel. I'm going to call it just a little take on, I guess it's, if you followed me or if you follow me on TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok, Kath Courtney on TikTok. A year ago, well, was it a year or so, I decided that when it was the athletic season that I was going to do something more like a daily roundup. And of course, if you were listening to the family station, Love 101, during the Olympics, then you would have heard that I would have done a roundup every morning called the Olympic Report. I did something similar on my TikTok channel that was called Cats Catch Up. And so I was like, all right, fine. My friends were like, you should do it on the show. You should do it on the show. So I'm like, I don't know about that. But in this feature, Cats Catch Up, we will be catching up on some of the issues that are out there plaguing sports, or whatever will be the top story. I'll get as much information and we'll do a catch up of that story. So hence Cats Catch Up. Right. So we're introducing that now. And actually, we do have a topic this week for Cats Catch Up. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there was an incident last week, Saturday, I believe, at the Dintil Technical High School, where unfortunately, after the game was completed, I do believe that match ended 1-1 with Dintil and McGraw. And I'll tell you that shortly, but between Dintil and McGraw, where a referee was, or the referees for the match was unfortunately beaten by students. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it because what the ruling came from the principal and what it means for Dintil Technical High School is what I want to focus on. Especially because, not because of the players involved, but what does that mean for our local referees? And I've heard this topic swirling, or seen this topic swirling around social media for the entire week. What protection or what type of plans are put in place in terms of referees in these matches that are set to be battled, the rivalry between the different schools, and just generally it makes you wonder if enough is being done for our referees out there, and how it is that they kind of channel to protect themselves against what happened. So basically, as I said, the players attacked the referees after the match. They had to lock the referees in a classroom, get the police involved, etc., etc. And it wasn't a good look. And of course, it meant a lot of things. And one of the things that it meant was, firstly, the suspension of the athlete. So I do have in my possession the incident. So this is coming from, this is coming from the what you call it. This is coming from the principal. There was an issued statement from the principal, pretty much suspending the students. So the first student he suspended, and that student will not be able to take part in any more extracurricular activities. Then the other two students, they were also suspended, but then they were sent to get counseling. I do believe all of them were sent to get counseling. But then ISA, they made their ruling on said matter as well. And so it says the the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association, ISA, disciplinary committee met today, and that was Thursday, September 26th, and investigated the incident involving dental players Tyrese Green, Shamir Hutchinson, and Malik White. The decision in the disciplinary committee is as follows. Malik White and Shamir Hutchinson are both banned from participating in any ISA competition for 1 year, effective September 26, 2024. Tyrese Gow is suspended for 3 Da Costa Cup matches with effect from February 26, 2024. And Dental Technical is placed on a 3-year probation and therefore may be suspended from the participating in ISA competition if there are any further breaches of our disciplinary code of conduct within the period of probation. The Intersecondary School Sports Association reminds all its various stakeholders that we are committed to ensuring that our student athletes display the requisite decorum befitting their status and as ambassadors of our schools and various competitions in which they compete. We strongly condemn any acts of indiscipline and more such acts of physical aggression and or assault on any match official. Now, my thoughts, just for a few, because referees are humans, and we don't know the full circumstances as because the game was not being broadcasted. So we definitely don't know the full circumstance of what exactly happened, but we do know that there was physical assault after the games on the match officials, and which has also led to news coming in that the referees strike halts ISA football matches today. So all the games have been all halted because there's a referee strike on. And this is some of the things that we don't want to happen. We don't want to see happen. But unfortunately, it has happened. These things I cannot understand. Because, I mean, as spectators, as school, as whomever, as players, I mean, there's so many questions as to what really went down, who was present, etc., etc. But one of the things that keeps on coming back is these are high school students. I cannot understand that a referee would make a call that is so against that would make you so upset that whenever that call was made in that game, for you to be so angry, for it to put you to such a point of anger that you hold this until the end of the game to lodge an assault on the match official. Unacceptable. And I do think that the different disciplinary measures that have been taken are the right disciplinary measures that have been taken, and unfortunately the school will suffer as well. And I said unfortunately because you don't necessarily want to see the school, the rest of the players or the remaining team and the manager and coaches and principal and the students and all of that, because it's not just the 3 players who are implicated. This is a entire school matter. No, this is this matter has caused so many questions to be raised about officiants and or protection of the officiate. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. But yeah, we're gonna go for a break and we're gonna come right back.
Update your status in a real life. My HIV test today.
Just 15 minutes saying status clear. Really long life of a story.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
It's 1:16 p.m.
Hey, welcome to Jamaica. Hello world. I am just out there. Wake up early. Have your cup of coffee ready as we start the day right Monday to Friday from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Love in the Morning. Love in the Morning with me, Jokal Dyer, on the family station, Love 101. Love in the morning. And love 101. So come get inspired with Jokal Dyer. Get your inspiration for the day.
It's time to fill your cup with a blend of hope and inspiration. Join me, Nadine Blair, weekdays, Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Morning Express, your mid-morning sanctuary on Love 101. We'll take you through carefully chosen music to soothe your soul, with thoughtful words to uplift your spirit, programs and features for growth and upliftment. Tune in and be encouraged. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Morning Express with Nadine Blair, right here on your family station, Love 101.
We will take you higher. The Morning Express. The Morning Express.
First Thessalonians 5 verse 18 says, give thanks in all circumstances. And Ephesians 5 verse 20 says, always giving thanks for all things. Yep, all things, even the hurt and pain, the disappointment and troubles, accidents and tragedies. But how? How do we give thanks in all things? Join the discussion this Tuesday, October 1 on The Rock with guests Reverend Christopher Broadber and Riken Allen as they discuss the topic Give Thanks for and in All Things. That's The Rock, Tuesday, October 1 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
Febreze. Imagine getting home after a long day and it smells so amazing that it makes you smile. Try Febreze Buds, an air freshener that delivers continuous scent for up to 50 days when you plug it in low mode. Indulge in wonderful scents for weeks with Febreze.
Start your day with a delicious range of lactose cereals. Enjoy cornflakes, Choco Craze, Frosted Flakes, or heart-healthy Raisin Bran. A spoonful of joy with lactose cereals.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And it is my 1 year anniversary show. So, as I said, I'm encouraging you to send your greetings. I'll read them. I'll find some time to read them in between the sports talking at 876-997-3125. And I want to say good afternoon to Hugh Smalling and also good afternoon to my mom who is watching. So, hi, Mom. Right. So, yeah, as I was saying, we were catching up on the Cats Catch Up segment. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in just how players would be in terms of I just don't know. I think that their actions were unnecessary because okay, the ref might have made a call that was against or whatever the call was, it still doesn't warrant any physical assault on anybody and on anybody at all. But for the match referee, unacceptable. Unacceptable. And as I said, the only losers in this, the persons who will suffer from this are the other members of the team who are not involved in the incident and the widest community of dental technical. I mean, it remember now that the school is on a 3-year probation. It means any other thing happens in any other sport, ISA can just suspend the entire school from participating in any of their activities, and that's really just serious. But yeah, it's unacceptable, unnecessary, just about everything. But we move on, we play by the rules, and when you break the rules, you just have to accept the punishment. It's as simple as that. There's no 2, 3, or 4 ways about that. All right, so we move on with the show. We're still on football. This morning in the English Premier League, we had some early morning games. Well, there was an early morning game, Newcastle versus Manchester City, the defending champions. That game ended 1-1. Arsenal, they were able to carve out a 4-2 victory against Leicester. Brentford and West Ham also played to a 1-1 draw. Chelsea, they were 4-2 winners over Brighton. Everton, they were 2-1 winners over Crystal Palace. And Fulham defeated Nottingham Forest 1-0. The game between Liverpool and Wolves, it's currently on. It's just about finished. Liverpool is still leading 2-1 in that game. Tomorrow in the English Premier League, I'll tell you the games that are on tomorrow. Ipswich, they will play Aston Villa, and that game comes up at 8 a.m. Jamaica time. And then Manchester United, they will play Tottenham, and that will happen at 10:30. So that's as it relates to what's happening in the English Premier League. I think it's still too early to be giving a point standing. I mean, yeah, it's still a little too early to be giving a point standing. But let's see, as at right now, who is at the top of the table. So Liverpool, they're currently at the top of the table. Manchester City, Arsenal, and then Chelsea, then Aston Villa. And then at the bottom of the table, we have Wolves, Southampton, and Ipswich. So that's what's going on. Of course, the Jamaica Premier League continues tomorrow, and I'm going to be telling you the games that will be coming up in the Jamaica Premier League tomorrow. We had a midweek game because Cavalier was participating in the Caribbean Football Union, or yes. So they played their game against Humble Lions since week. That game ended 1-1. Again, I heard that there were some controversial calls in that game, but you know, it is football. The truth is that referees are not going to get it right because they are humans, and we don't have VAR and all these other things to assist. And we also know, even with VAR, referees still get it wrong. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna do anything that will cause any injury or harm to referees. All right, so tomorrow's game, and this is match week 3 in the Jamaica Premier League. They're United, they will play Humble Lion, and that will happen at the Wembley Centre of Excellence. That kicks off at 3 o'clock. Another 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow will be Harbourview versus Malines United, and that goes off at 5 o'clock. At 3 o'clock. And football, yes, is returning to the Harbourview Mini Stadium. I saw some behind the scenes shots of the Harbourview Mini Stadium yesterday, and the pitch looks pretty decent. So I'm very happy for the Harbourview Football Club and the stakeholders who have made the effort to bring the pitch back to standard. So that they're able to host games there. I saw them painting and all of that. So good things. I'm happy when venues that have been closed, unfortunately, during COVID or for whatever reason, that they're able to reopen their doors. It means that football returns to the community, and it means that the community can once again be involved in the life of football. Waterhouse, they will play Cavalier at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex in the first of the doubleheader, and that one goes off at 5 p.m. And then Arnett Gardens will play Racing United, and that one goes off at 7:30. Also at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. On Monday, we'll have another doubleheader at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex where Chapelton Maroons, they will play Montego Bay United, and that goes off at 5 o'clock. And then at 7:30, Portmore United, they will play Tivoli Gardens, and that one goes off at 5 o'clock for the Chapelton Maroons Montego Bay, and 7:30 for the Portmore United Tivoli Gardens match. I also saw just a few minutes ago before I came on air. So if you are also following the Jamaica Premier League, you would have known that the coach of Dunby Holding FC, Philip Williams, who is also a teacher at Stats and who is also the head coach at the St. Andrew Technical High School, he resigned as the coach of the Dunby Holding, and he cited reasons of, he's a teacher at that, so his teaching schedule no longer permits him to carry out his coaching duties there. So I have heard that Dunby Holding, they have appointed the former head coach of Chapelton Maroons, which is Bijan Thomas, and his assistant coach at the time, Christopher Henry, to their technical staff, right? And of course, Coach Thomas and Coach Harvey, they were in charge of Chapelton Maroons last season in the JFF Tier 2, and they helped to promote Chapelton Maroons to the top tier of the Premier League. So we look forward to see how they will go on in terms of Coach Thomas and Coach Harvey at Dunby Holding. So Dunby Holding now, boy, it gets interesting. Harold Thomas, Philip Williams, now Coach Thomas, another Thomas. Yeah, we will continue to bring you the stories of the Jamaica Premier League. But of course, as I said, the Premier League brings back football into our communities. And so whatever team you support, go out and watch the games, man. Go to the games. The tickets are they're not expensive. And some of the clubs, they do offer community tickets. So whether Sunday afternoon or it's 3 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, the games are pretty early. Carry the children, go watch the Jamaica Premier League. Let's make football great in our country again. And you do that, of course. Last week when we had the CEO of the PFJL, Mr. Owen Hill, encourages persons to support the league by going to the matches. And of course, if you can't, then you know where to find the league elsewhere. But yeah, so that's it for our update on the Jamaica. Well, maybe I should give you a point standing. It's still pretty early, but let's see if I can do a point standing for the Jamaica Premier League. I'll probably do the top 4 and the teams who are currently in the relegation zone. So let's see if I can do that. All right, let's go here. All right, cool. So Cavalier, it's probably 1 or 2 games. Some teams have played 2, some teams have played 1. Cavalier, they're top of the league, and at the bottom is currently Portmore United and Dunby Holding. Portmore, they've lost their first 2 opening games that they've played so far. And if Portmore is my team, so I'm hoping that they'll be able to bounce back from this very rocky start in the Jamaica Premier League. We're going to go for another break, but stick with me. We go until 2 o'clock for Sports Talk. We'll be right back.
Yay! Welcome Jamaica. Hello world. I am Tristan Dyer. Wake up early. Have your cup of coffee ready as we start the day right Monday to Friday from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Love in the Morning. Love in the Morning with me, Jokal Dyer, on the family station, Love 101. Love in the morning. And love 101. So come get inspired with Jokal.
It's time to fill your cup with a blend of hope and inspiration. Join me, Nadine Blair, weekdays, Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Morning Express, your mid-morning sanctuary on Love 101. We'll take you through carefully chosen music to soothe your soul, with thoughtful words to uplift your spirit, programs and features for growth and upliftment. Tune in and be encouraged. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for Morning Express with Nadine Blair, right here on your family station, Love 101. Morning Express.
First Thessalonians 5 verse 18 says, give thanks in all circumstances. And Ephesians 5 verse 20 says, always giving thanks for all things. Yep, all things, even the hurt and pain, the disappointment and troubles, accidents and tragedies. But how? How do we give thanks in all things? Join the discussion this Tuesday, October 1 on The Rock with guests Reverend Christopher Broadber and Riken Allen as they discuss the topic Give Thanks for and in All Things. That's The Rock, Tuesday, October 1 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
Ready to experience 6 times more freshness in your clothes? Try Downy Scent Beats. Its fragrance is so amazing, you have to sniff it to believe it. Try Downy Scent Beats today. 6 times more freshness versus using detergent alone.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And of course, we're still in celebration mode. It is my 1-year anniversary show here on Sports Talk. Yay me! Yay. And, still very happy and very grateful to be sharing with you. All right, so I want to big up Patsy. Patsy says Lydia and Ramon are football lovers from Brayton. So big up you guys, and I hope that you guys would go to Ferdinand Park to support Portmore United. Yes, when the games are being played there. All right, so we skip another beat and we're gonna go on to what is happening in the Caribbean Premier League. So we're gonna go to some cricket. Currently, we're almost in the playoffs of the Caribbean Premier League. So I'll give you the standings first, and then I will tell you what's happening, right? So currently the St. Lucia Kings, they lead the standings with 14 points. Guyana Amazon Warriors, they're on second with 12 points. Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders, they're in third with 12 points, and the Barbados Royals, they're in fourth with 10 points. And those 4 teams have qualified themselves to play in the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons and the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, who really had a rough season, especially the Patriots, they really had a tough season. They had the players, but it never really came together for them, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. It never really came to them. The came pulled together for them. For the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, they it was a team. Okay, so just for those who probably they're listening for the first time, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons have been a new franchise team added. What you're probably used to is the Jamaica Tallowers, but unfortunately, that franchise was not renewed, and so a new franchise was started out of Antigua and Barbuda, which made up, I would say, probably 80% of the team from the Jamaica Tallowers. But some of the team members got separated, and then they had like Brandon King and Chris Green. But trust me, the team, I mean, Brandon, this has probably been Brandon King worst CPL series since he started playing in the CPL. He really didn't get going in the CPL. I am not sure what's happening or what happened. They lost when the CPL started. They lost a lot of close games, and things kind of spiraled for them. And so they're unable to make the playoffs. But over the last 2 days, or this game was yesterday anyway, I'll give you today's game. The Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders last night, or yesterday, they defeated the Barbados Royals by 30 runs. Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders batting first. They made 175 for 7. And in reply, the Barbados Royals, they made 145 for 9. And in a game that was played this morning, the St. Lucia Kings batting first. They made 170. The Guyana Amazon Warriors batted first, and they made 207 for 7. And the St. Lucia Kings in reply were only able to muster 172 for 7, which means that the Warriors, or Amazon Warriors, they would have won by 35 runs. And so the Guyana Amazon Warriors, they will play the final game in this round before the playoff starts would be tomorrow, and at 6 p.m. Jamaica time, where the Guyana Amazon Warriors, they will play the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders. I don't think, if I look at the standings, I suppose it really depends on what will happen in tomorrow's game, because now the Warriors, they have a chance to finish at the top of the table, but let's see what will happen. They have a very good net run rate as well. Even if Trinidad and Tobago wins tomorrow, they will have to increase their run rate by almost 1, which is technically difficult to do in cricket, but we will see. Let's look, since we're on this match, let's look at the head to head. It's currently 10 piece at each in the for the Ghana Amazon Warriors and Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders. So it's equal there. And in the last match played in September, well, rather the 18th of September was the last time. No, okay, let's see. Right, in last year's final, actually, the Amazon Warriors, they would have won, and then since year they would have, the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders, they would have won so far. So tomorrow's game will be very, 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 very interesting. Of course, we do we? Well, Andre Russell is injured now, so I don't think Jamaica has any representation on either of these teams. I don't recall we having representation on either of these teams, but that is it as it relates to what's happening in the Caribbean Premier League. And it's cricket, lovely cricket. So, we kind of look forward to what's happening there. I mean, in terms of I know I skipped over football, but Khadija Bonishaw, she made her return or has made her return to football. So we're glad to see she would have scored earlier this week for in the Champions League or Women's Champions League for her side, Manchester City. So we are happy for that. And we're skipping Rose again as we go to netball. Last week, Netball Jamaica would have hosted a tournament. And that tournament would have been played both at the Leela Robinson courts, and eventually they would have had to go into the national arena because last week we had rains. So Jamaica's on the 16 team and Denby High School on the 18 teams. They were winners of the Netball Island Vibes Netball Tournament against Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry, in the under 16 and under 18 levels. So yeah, we had some netball happening, and of course, about 2 weeks ago we had our what do we call them now? The Jamaica Suns, and that's the gentlemen who represent us in netball. They were able to defend their title in the America's Netball Championships. So we want to say congratulations to those teams who would have represented us, both the Jamaica under 16 team, Denby High School, and of course the Jamaica Suns. And that was, of course, 2 separate tournaments that happened. So yeah, we're gonna go for another break right here on Sports Talk, and when we come back, we will come back with the final segment of our show for today. We'll be right back.
Get ready for an inspiring time inside Love in the Morning. With me, your host, Jakal Dyer. This is Monday, September 30th. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the future becoming you. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Cruise with love on your radio at 7 a.m. inside Drive Time Jamming with great music to lift your day. At 8:30 a.m. inside the Health Wave, we discuss the effects of excessive screen time on your eyes. And at 9:30, we bring you something more, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us. This Pick Me Up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station. Love.
It's another time to move inside alive. 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. This Make Me Move Monday, September 30th. Get ready for the brain testing exercise at 1:45. Then at 2 o'clock, we ring in the prayer bells of heaven with our prayer blast feature. 2:15 inside Body Talk, we look at headaches. And we've all had headaches before. Just begin stay with us for another informative program about your health. Then at 3:15, we energize our souls spiritually with a word from God to strengthen our faith as we get closer to God daily. All this and more coming your way. This Make Me Move Monday. It's live 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. September 30th on the family station. Love 101.
First Thessalonians 5 verse 18 says, give thanks in all circumstances. And Ephesians 5 verse 20 says, always giving thanks for all things. Yep, all things, even the hurt and pain, the disappointment and troubles, accidents and tragedies. But how? How do we give thanks in all things? Join the discussion this Tuesday, October 1 on The Rock with guests Reverend Christopher Broadber and Riken Allen as they discuss the topic Give Thanks for and in All Things. That's The Rock, Tuesday, October 1 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
For the best in Sunday morning gospel, nothing beats listening to Sunday Praise on Love 101 FM with me, your host, Durval Gray. You will hear today's favorites, yesterday's classics, and pretty much anything else in between. And there's plenty more besides the music, including Living Well, your Sunday morning health and wellness feature, plus opportunity for you to share your thoughts and send your dedications to family and friends. So get your day and indeed your week off to a great start. Tune in to your family station, Love 101 FM, this and every Sunday morning at 6 for Sunday Praise.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far. My Mega Mart. The best value by far.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101 FM, and it is my 1 year anniversary on the show. I can't believe, Marcel, 1 year already. It's crazy because I'm not sure why Marcel came to studio to Frank me, you know. He just appeared. What? Support. He support. Then you get relegated to number 2. He's gonna kill me, right? But yes, I thank my friends for all their support, for believing in my dreams, and to even have a WhatsApp group. Guys, let me tell you something about my friends. You know, they've even created a WhatsApp group. You want to guess the name of the WhatsApp group? Yes, Sports Talk. I'm like, only them. But I'm grateful to my friends and to my family who have supported me, who have stood through, you know, I'm not gonna say there hasn't been any trials. What they've stood through is my constant chatter about sports. That's they're like, okay, you know, can we talk about something else? I joke. They don't say that. I promise. They don't say that. They facilitate me in any way, and they continue to support my dreams, and I'm very, 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 very grateful for them. And as they continue to give me my feedback as I go through this, you know, journey. One of the things that came up this week, though, in sports, 2 things I'd like to highlight. I know it's past track and field season, but 2 things I want to quickly touch on, and they're kind of a little different. But first was Mrs. Shelley Ann Fraser Price. You know, she does have the Pocket Rocket Foundation, and at the foundation, she was asked about retirement, and she pretty much didn't answer. You know, she did say that this would have been her last Olympics, and we're not sure when, you know, she's going to retire. But what I could not understand, though, was how it became such a big thing. And I'm saying, I think Mrs. Fraser Price is at the stage in her life now where she can decide if she wants to put her body through the rigors of getting up and, going to training and all of that. I mean, it does take a toll on the body. Let's just be honest. Like, it does take a toll on the athlete for them to continue to produce. And I'm sure she's probably thinking about it, and we will know in time to come. But if you ask me, I don't think that was the best time to ask about retirement. But that's me. But and I can't see why it became like a big thing, because she going to retire. She not going to retire. Then you're going to see her next year. Like, deal with it. But I get that everybody's not like me. But I just thought I'd mention. And then the second thing I'd like to make mention is of Janelle Bromfield's interview. And I don't want to call the hate, but Jamaicans we can be very harsh, We can be, I realize that we can be very harsh, I don't know. I mean, she did the interview, and if you haven't seen the interview, you can Google it, find it somewhere. But she did an interview, and on the unfortunate circumstances, she did not want to travel to Jamaica to get this interview done, because persons would have made life threats to her, right? And I've watched the feedback over social media on this matter, and I'm so disheartened as a Jamaican, as a human, as a person, as everything, as a woman, because this unwanted hate to this young lady who represents our country. Yes, her partner represents an opposing country, because I guess I can call opposing country. I mean, I don't really classify USA as an opposing country. There are opponents when we run against them, but we don't have anything against US athletes, and whatever the circumstances that happened with Noah Lyles and whatever he said in the interview, which I think also was taken out of context. So, and what did the feed when I went online, and I, as a youngster, go online and I saw the comments, and I said, but you guys are just saying, oh yeah, man, definitely, like, there was nothing in there denying that how this young lady feels was not warranted. And I want to encourage us in this season, even before track and field, before anything. And this is coming off of what I spoke about in the Cats Catch Up earlier on. As spectators, as athletes, as anybody, we have to be careful what we do, what we say, how we say it, how we do it. You do not know how your actions, you do not know how your words are affecting somebody else. And everybody is different. So if you're going to slide into somebody's DM continuously and threaten that person's life, and don't expect that that person is going to come out and talk about it publicly, when you're going to be, I don't even want to call it, it's more classist than racist in my opinion, but when you're going to shame somebody about their body color and all of that, and this is somebody who has been, and in the case of Janelle, been represented this country from junior days until now, and has still, through all the tests, through all the trials, decided that she's going to continue to represent this country. And all it is that persons are giving to her is continuous hate. I just think it is so distasteful, if I'm to find a word. And I don't think it doesn't matter if you didn't agree with Noah Lyle's statement or agree to this statement or whatever the circumstances. I don't think people should be treating her like that or saying what they have said. Like some of it that I see on social media, I'm really like, do you guys know that this person is actually a human? Like, oxygen keeps her alive. Like, I'm wondering if people think that they're talking to a wall or a statue or something, because it can't be that this is how we treat an persons, and I saw one person in particular saying, "Oh, she should have known that this is how Jamaicans are," and I'm go. So we're trying to make an excuse for being abusive? Wow. Wow. And I wasn't want to talk about it, on my anniversary show, but I couldn't make it pass. I couldn't let it pass because we, we systematically we have a problem. And if we don't address our problems, yeah, man, we're gonna have issues. It's not what I was saying. No, man, this don't make any sense. So this will make sense. This is 2024. People need to wake up and smell the coffee and stop acting as if, yeah, as if they're talking to walls and stones. It's human beings, and especially to persons who put their bodies on the line to represent our countries at our country at the highest level, who go through, but we expect them when they turn up on the track that they're gonna be they're gonna continue to be superstars and continue to bring fame to this country that yes, we benefit from, because think about the impact that former athletes used, the before Bolt era, the after Bolt era, and what type of, when somebody's a superstar worldwide, what type of life, not even life, but what type of advert that brings for this country. Boy, I don't know if I going to call it ungrateful or bad mind, but it's one of them. You guys can figure out for me if it's just, if it's person just being, if we're just ungrateful. Yeah, I agree. Patsy says they're ungrateful and they only love their children. Yeah, Patsy, I'm right there with you, because there's no way that certain comments, and yeah, when I read them, I was like, I wonder if this person have understand even the half of what it is to get a coach, a masseuse, a this, the type of meal prep, the type of physiotherapist, the type of, being a professional athlete is not easy, especially in track and field, that things are very expensive. It gets very expensive very quickly, and they don't make millions of dollars. Track and field is probably one of the least paid sport in terms of being a professional athlete in the world. When you look at the other sports, the NFL and the NBA and golf and tennis and football, you name it, they get way better pay than track athletes. Way better pay than track athletes. And this particular sport that is putting us on the map, I think that we not only these athletes are not only due respect, but we have to cut them. We have to be a little bit more mindful that at the end of the day, these athletes are humans. They have feelings, and words can become abusive and can become hurtful. We just have to bear that in mind as we go through this season of sports, because trust me, man, we can be very harsh, man, and hard. But yeah, so that has been it for my 1-year anniversary show. As I said, look out for some of the new features that will come up on Sports Talk for this year. And of course, I'm looking forward to continue to sharing with you sports and more sports, boy. Yeah, sports. That I'm the sports girl. I think I'm gonna take on that now. I've been running away from it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I'm just a girl who knows sports, but am I really the sports girl? I don't know, but we'll see. To be determined. Thank you so much for listening. We do this, of course, every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And of course, if you'd like to follow me, I guess on TikTok, on Facebook, at Instagram, I'd come here if you want to hear about sports. That's tune in. Download the app if you want to listen to Sports Talk as a podcast. Yeah, the whole works, the whole 9 yards. this is where it happens every Saturday. This is where the magic happens. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all those who would have sent well wishes. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And I look forward to your continued support. Bring up my friends and my family for their continuous support in this journey that I'm on. Yeah. See you guys next week. Have a great weekend.